Hiya. How you guys doing? Um, Crazy story. Last Friday, uh, I had my week off, obviously. I went to Goodwill. A Goodwill I normally don't go to that often because it's a little further away than usual. It takes me like 45 minutes to get there. So I got there, looked through the records, saw some really nice records, saw some really cool 7 inches and 12 inches, and I thought, yes. Took them to the counter, wanted to pay, but I didn't have my card with me, my bank card, and they don't accept credit cards. So I had to leave everything behind. While driving home, I was kind of like, damn. But I thought, if I'm home early enough, I might get back with my card, and I did. So I got everything that I actually picked out first place. I'm going to show you the 7 inches first. There are some really cool ones. Not all of them in great shape, but you never ever see them at Goodwill. First up, Duran Duran, Girls on Film. Picked it up for the B-side, Faster Than Light, which is not on any album. And I like Duran Duran. Didn't have this one yet. Puss in Boots by Adam Ant, which I didn't know that particular song has Phil Collins on drums. He even produced it. So there you go, Phil Collins. He's a cool cat. Sorry. This was a nice find. This is side A. Hope you can see it. Mike Oldfield in Dulce Jubilo and On Horseback from 1975 on Virgin. That was pretty cool. The Cult, Eddie, Ciao Baby. Which is on Virgin. That's the Pet Shop Boys. It's pretty minimalistic sleeve. It's the track Always on My Mind. This was a pretty good find, I guess, on 7 inch. Johan Timman, Trip Into the Body. It's got the tracks The Lungs and Windpipe. Or Windpipes, is that it? It's Windpipe. Oh, and the Windpipe, The Lungs, and the Hemoglobin. Okay. So, the sleeve is kind of busted, but this was a nice find. Now on to the cool finds. Need to clean all of these, but damn, they're cool. Some punk rock. Kron with Jet Boy Jet Girl, which is a cover of Ça Plat Pour Moi by Plastique Bertrand. It's got live versions of a song called Abortions and Subway Sadist. It's on the Secret label. This was what made me go back. You never ever see Husker Du 7 inches at a Goodwill. This is not the complete 7 inch because, where are we there? It's supposed to be a limited edition which includes a free single. And on the back it does say so. You got record 1 and you got record 2. I only have record 1 which has Sorry Somehow and All This I've Done For You. It's from Apple Candy Grey. Sorry, Candy Apple Grey. Jeez. Sorry. It's on the Warner Brothers label, but like I say, you never ever see Husker Du 7 inches. This was maybe even cooler. This is Millions of Dead Children, which is also known as Millions of Dead Cops, or basically MDC, American Hardcore Punk Band. This is from 1984. It's got the tracks Chicken Squawk, Kleptomaniac, and Death of a Nun. So that's pretty cool. This one, the sleeve is torn to shit, but I still picked it up. It was 50 cents. This is the Misfits Halloween 7-inch, an original copy on Plan 9 Records. Backed with Halloween 2. But some dick wash wheat whatever cut out the logos. Glad he didn't do it there. But yeah. It's still pretty cool to have, I guess. Those are the 7 inches. Onto the LPs in 12 inches that I found. Roberta Flack, First Take. Great soul album. My favorite of this is the first time ever I Saw Your Face, which is just beautiful. And the opening song, Compared to What, is just awesome. Very soulful, very beautiful. And that's the only up-tempo song on there. Found a pretty good copy of Stanley Clarke's School Days, which I had never heard, and I like it. Now the rest I haven't listened to all of them, but I'm going to show them anyway. First one is Michael Garrison, in the Regions of Sun Return, originally on the Windspell label, 1979, but this is the German release on Ariola. What is this? This is music. I don't know if you can read it, but he plays the following instruments, and it's an ARP, it's sequencers, it's synthesizers, it's Moog, synthesized percussion. This is basically a synthesizer album. Very much in the vein of Jean-Michel Jarre, and kind of in the vein of Vangelis, but I like Vangelis better. But yeah, a synthesizer album from 1979. Had to pick that up. And I also picked up another album by the guy. This is Prisms, Michael Garrison. He looks more like Jean-Michel, doesn't he? This is from 1981, also originally on the Windspell label, but again, the German release on Ariola. And again, you know, it's just synth music. I need to glue this one. This is Yo La Mer, Stand Up. She's a Belgian singer, pop singer, but this is her first album in English. Yeah, it's pop, synthy-based pop from 1987. I haven't really listened to it, but I might like it. Here we got Magnetic Fields by Jean-Michel Jarre. Didn't have this one yet. Also picked up this shrink wrapped, not sealed, but still in shrink, Jean-Michel Jarre Oxygen. Might give my other copy, which is without shrink, to a good friend of mine. He's interested in Jean-Michel Jarre. He just doesn't want to pick it up in record stores. But since I found this, you know, he can have my old copy. Then this is Dutch pop, a band called Powerplay. The album is called Avanti. For those of you who are a little aware of Dutch pop / rock music from the 80s, These guys were part of a band called Vitesse, a Dutch band called Vitesse. I think there's an American one as well. And I like this better than Vitesse. This is 1982. Comes with the original inner sleeve. I'm pretty sure that LJ, you would like it. So if I find more of these types of records, man, I might hook you up with some of that. Picked up this very good condition copy of Terence Trent D'Arby introducing the Hardline Recording 2. Don't need to talk too much about this. I'm sure everyone knows Terence Trent D'Arby. This is a 12-inch by the Flamingos called This Heat. It's 1985. It's on the Rorschach testing product label, whatever. It's distributed by Cartel, so it's an indie thing, which I thought, is interesting. It's got nice custom labels, and it's kind of, late or mid to late 80s post-punky pop thing. Comes with an insert for another track on the album called Kennedy's Car. That's the funeral parade for John F. Kennedy, which is kind of morbid, but it's the 80s. People wanted to shock, I guess. But I haven't really listened to this record yet, and I can't get the insert back. I'll do that later. But yeah, if anyone knows something about the Flamingos, they look interesting. I mean, it sounds okay. It's from Sheffield. Now a bunch of 12 inches that I thought, I wanted so bad. This is KRS-One, Rappers Are in Danger, and Wannabe MCs. This is from his self-titled second album, and it's good. This is really, really good. KRS-One, I like his flow, and these are just good tracks. He has always something to say. He's not just a bragging rapper. He always has a message to say. This is a white label promo, so that's pretty cool. Finding that at a Goodwill. 12-inch of Guru's Living in This World and Lifesaver from his second Jazzmatazz record. There it is. This is pretty cool. I would like to have more of his stuff. I like him. This was a pretty cool find. Genius Jizza Cold World remix featuring D'Angelo. Yeah, it's from the Genius Jizza album. I forgot the title, but it's one of my favorite songs of that album, and this is pretty cool to have it on 12-inch. This was another really nice record. It's called Ghetto Seals. It's produced by Red Hat Kingpin, and I kind of had my doubts, but it was 10 tracks, and I thought it's a complete album. When I came home, I discovered that this is a beats album. You can't really see the titles. It's called Ghetto Seals Volume 1. I don't know who's behind it except Red Hat Kingpin, but it's basically just hip-hop beats. That's what it is. It's complete tracks, but not with vocal samples or not with anything vocal in it, just the beats. This is pretty cool. And the last 12-inch I got is by Mobb Deep, called Frontlines, Hell on Earth. This is from their Hell on Earth album, which I have on CD. I like their first one better, but this is a good track. And again, you don't find Mobb Deep on vinyl at a Goodwill at all. And the last four are records, just records again. Picked up BT Express, Do It Till You're Satisfied, which is from 1970, I think 4 or 1975. It's good, you know, funk, pop, soul. It's got the title track, which probably is pretty well known. But yeah, it's got a lot of funky tracks, which is what I like. Picked up a pretty good copy of I Can See Your House From Here by Camel, 1979. I haven't spun this yet, but it should be interesting. I like Camel. Also picked up the only album I still wanted by Earth and Fire, Gate to Infinity. This is from 1977. It's more disco. It's not as good as their first 3 albums. Even their 4th album is still pretty good, but this, you know, it's completing my collection of records I want by them. There's more from the 80s, the early to late 80s, that I don't really care for, but this is an interesting record. And the last record I got is the 3rd record by Solution, called Cordon Bleu. Great jazz, prog, fusion, from Holland. Originally 1975. This is a reissue from 1980. Probably released the same period as their it's on CBS, as their 1980 album, which was there as well, but that's very, very poppy. Don't really care for that. I think I got all the albums I want by them. I would love to have single copies of their first 2 albums. I've got the 2-in-1, but this is pretty good, you know, jazz, prog, fusion. So that's it. Take care. See you later, and leave some comments, and feel free to subscribe and whatever. Take care.